Basic materials. Does this looks completely different than the financials? Yeah, it looks cluster. I don't like this movement. We broke out Thursday, but look at the movement on Thursday. That's just one huge doji. Doji basically indecisive, doesn't know which way the market wants to go, which usually indicates whatever the next bar. If it goes below, then it usually going down. If it's above, and it usually going to go higher. What this doji is basically telling us is sayonara to the downside. Back down to test the 57 10. Well, more close to 57.78. I wouldn't really play with him until let's see what the earnings were. Yeah. Oh no, we beat on earnings. That's pretty surprising. So let's kind of give this next week, kind of see what's going on. Mind you, that was a doji on earnings day, and the next day, which was Friday, we just dumped. However, we did dump at the 0 mark. So again, I would say path of least resistance is down 57.78 down to the 57. Ecolab. Not looking too shabby. I would like to, again, this is kind of, we got earnings coming up. What is this? The 26th, which is tomorrow. Yeah, I'm good. I don't want to be anywhere near this for earnings. I'd like to see what happens after earnings, but we'll have to wait till next week. Now, with that being said, we could miss a huge pop up to the 230, 231, or we could miss a huge drop down to the 208. That would be up to you to decide if you want to play the game during earnings. I prefer not to. I want to see what kind of happens after. Scott's Miracle Grow. We were doing pretty good, man. Well, this week was just down. For a few days, we were doing pretty well. I really can't. Man. We are in a nasty squeeze. It's little by little. I mean, if you want to say this is a bull, we are kind of making higher lows, but we're also making higher highs too. So we're kind of in a wedge pattern. Or triangle. Again, a range of 150 to 146. We got earnings coming out 11.3. I don't know. To me, it seems like we're gonna just be hovering around here, jiggling back and forth until these earnings, and then we'll decide. But we'll see what happens at the end of the week. Mosaic, we played that almost perfectly. I mean, we missed 50 cents, but whatever. It's good enough. I don't see. I mean, we are really at the numbers right now, so just be extremely cautious. We could come back down to maybe the 39 to 40, retest our strength, and then go higher. Upside target would be 44, though. But don't forget, we do have earnings coming. Earnings coming out on 11/1. Sherwin-Williams has been a disappointment in a sense. All right. I mistimed this. I got I think I got in right here, but we got stopped out and then got destroyed. So that was frustrating. But right here, we can do a extension. So if you see, we are at the 7. We passed the 50 on the 20th, which was Wednesday. We're at the 786, very close to breaking out to brand new highs. Target would be, which would be the 100% of the extension, would be 312. DuPont, yeah, path of least resistance, I would say down to the 7010. But as long as we do not breach the 71.58, then I am a buyer. So let's go ahead and put a line in there so we have a frame of reference. Yes, if we can hold the 71.68, then I would be a buyer. But if we cannot, the path of least resistance would be down to the 70.10. International Papers had just a blech. That's all I can say. Blech. But we got earnings on the 27th, which are 2 days away. I mean, it's almost perfect. Downward trend, up to down, up to down, up to down. Again, we got earnings coming out pretty soon. I wouldn't touch this until earnings, until after earnings. BASF. Why? We were doing all right. Not anymore. We are just constantly kind of trending down. Not the prettiest. Rio Tinto, Gap City, or Gaps R Us, we were doing pretty well. We made it all the way up to the 71, and then look what we did. Gaps us down and gaps us down again. Path of least resistance would be down, maybe to the 58. But if we can hold this, we might get up to the 72. I'm not quite sure. Gap City, or Gaps R Us, is very difficult. Landal, Basal. Looks like we're kind of having a squeeze. None of these basic materials really excite me. Maybe Sherwin-Williams just a little bit, but other than that, I don't like any of them. We got earnings on 10/29. Yeah, I'd stay away till after earnings. Let's look at Scotch Miracle-Gro or Sherwin-Williams real quick. Yeah, I can see the breakout. I would want to see it kind of break out, then come back, and then I'd want to be a buyer. We're kind of late on this one. Last Monday would have been the key before because I don't know, if you were to play with options, this is going to be really expensive. And that would be basic material.